Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2021, and in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I have my top 20 favorite makeup products from 2020, and this was actually not that easy to sum up only 20 products. I had to rule some out, but I do have in here a lot of different things that I tried in this last year, and also one or two that are still my absolute favorites. So without any further ado, I'm going to start with base products, and I don't have any primer that I particularly loved, but I do have a foundation. That was the Primark My Perfect Color Perfect Finish foundation, and I think now they do have the packaging slightly updated, but is not that different from this one. And this one is definitely not new, but I really loved it. It's got a very natural and lightweight finish with a medium buildable coverage. And I definitely loved this one from all the foundations that I have. I love this one the most because it's a very natural finish, and I think for an everyday use this one is perfect. And probably apart from this one that is from Primark and they don't have an online shop, I will leave all the other products linked in the description box in case you're curious about anything. And then I do have two concealers. One of them I already loved, but it actually has a different packaging. That is the Maybelline Age Rewind or Instant Anti-Age Concealer. But this one is from the collaboration with Morphe, and this one is still kind of full because I was finishing the other one that I had, but I definitely wanted to buy a refill of this. And it's basically the same concealer but with a special packaging with the Captain Marvel logo. And yeah, this is an overall a very good concealer, perfect for dark circles, and it's got a really nice coverage. And I also really like this one for kind of a no makeup like this one. I am actually wearing it in this area and not much else actually. I just got a little bit of powder foundation. So yeah, this is a really good concealer, but I also tried another one different that I really loved. That was the NYX Born to Glow Radiant Concealer, and compared to that one, this one is actually a more recent product, and it is, I would say, a little bit similar. It also has a sponge applicator, but I would say this one is more glowy, as the name says, but it definitely makes a little bit of a difference to highlight the under eye area, and it also has a really natural finish, so this paired with this one is definitely good. And also NYX is cruelty free, so that's a pretty big plus. Then to set this base, I have two different products. One of them I already loved. That is the Kiko Invisible Touch Face Fixing Powder. And this one is even one of my favorite products from Kiko. And it's a loose translucent setting powder and it's matte. So I definitely love this powder for my under eyes and also for my T-zone. I don't usually use it all around the face because I do like a slightly more glowy finish, but on the days that I prefer a matte finish, this one is perfect. It leaves your skin very soft, and the mattifying effect is really good without being very drying. I can find that with some loose setting powders similar to that one. And the other powder I discovered this year that I really loved was the Revolution Pro Skin Finish, and I got it in the shade Opalescent. That is kind of weird on the pen, but on the skin you don't have any of those weird colors. So this definitely is kind of a highlighty powder without being too intense. So it even says highlighter on the back, but I like this as a setting powder for kind of the perimeter of my face. So I usually use the two of them combined, and then I also use a little bit of it on top of that one to just give back a little bit of glow when I want it. But this product definitely surprised me. I didn't think I would like it as much. As a setting powder on its own, you do need to be a little bit careful because it definitely has a glow to it. And then speaking of other face products and also from Revolution, I have tried the Revolution Reloaded bronzer and also the blush. I already had the highlighter, but I would say these are the favorites of 2020. The bronzer is really nice. The color, it is more on the buildable side and it has a little bit of glow. And as for the blush, it is pigmented. It is also easy to build, I would say, and they do have really nice colors. And overall, I think this is a pretty affordable product with a very simple packaging, and the quality, it is pretty good for the price, which is only around €4 each. And in 2020, Revolution launched XX Revolution. I did buy 3 different products, only 3 because this sister brand, it is a little bit more expensive. But of those 3 products, my favorite was the face palette that I bought in the shade Gravitate. Now the packaging is really pretty and it also comes with a mirror. And I really liked the 3 products, the bronzer, the highlighter and the blush. The blush has shimmer, but I actually like it. And the highlighter is kind of a different color. It has kind of a pink shift. As for this bronzer, I think it doesn't really go in terms of shade with the rest of the colors because these 2 are pretty pale and this one is a little bit too dark compared to these. So I think they could have done a better job pairing the 3 shades together, but overall I really like it. I just have to be extremely careful with this bronzer, and it is also really good to travel with a mirror. I actually have quite a lot of face products that I tried and really loved in 2020, so I still have 2 highlighters and 1 blush, and that is from NYX, the Sweet Cheeks blush, and this one is the glowy. They also have a matte version of each color, and this one is Citrine Rose, so it's kind of an orangey shade. And this is overall a very different shade of blush from the ones that I have, but I definitely also really loved the formula of this with the shimmer. I know not everyone likes shimmery blushes, but if you don't, they do have a similar shade in a matte version. I haven't tried that one, but I really liked the glowy one. And also the packaging is super simple. Another product from NYX that really surprised me was the High Glass Highlighter. And this is in the shade Moon Glow. It's very light. And the shimmer on this one is really good, but the thing that surprised me the most is that the formula, it feels kind of wet, and that's probably because it's of the High Glass collection. But yeah, it is very unique, and the kind of buttery texture, I feel like it lasts longer on the skin, so I really loved this one. And for the last face product, it is another highlighter, and it is actually one I tried more towards the end of the year. That was the powder highlighter from Beauty Bay, and it is also a very light highlighter. I got it in the shade Flash. So this is another very affordable product with a really blinding finish, and again, super simple packaging. Actually, this one is really thin, and another cruelty-free brand that is really good. After this, they have also come out with bronzers and highlighters. I'd really like to try those. And speaking of Beauty Bay, I'm moving on to eyeshadow palettes, and one that I really liked was the Nikkietutorials X Beauty Bay Pressed Pigment palette that looks like this. So you get really colorful shades. You also get two different mirrors. This one is a normal mirror and this one is magnifying. I don't actually use the mirrors on this palette, and I think it is a little bit weird to hold, at least to film makeup videos. But what I would say is that these shades are really good. They're very pigmented, but they are not the easiest to work with if you don't have a lot of experience with eyeshadows, because these are pressed pigments. But in terms of pigmentation, they are amazing. They are super vibrant, and this is actually still available. But yeah, it does take a little bit of practice, but I definitely loved this one in 2020. Of these three eyeshadow palettes, I don't think I have one I could say completely blew me away, but I really like them. And the next one I wanted to mention is the Morphe 35M, and I tried Morphe for the first time in 2020. So the 35M looks like this, and I really liked it. The formula is really good. The mattes are very pigmented, blend very well, and the shimmers are very metallic. This black, it's insanely black, and I really love these very earthy autumnal shades. So I was very happy that I bought this one. And then I also bought another Morphe palette. I actually got these two with 50% off, and I bought them as birthday gifts. So the other one I got was the 39S, because I really wanted some purples on my collection, and this is what the palette looks like. So as you can see, lots of purples, lots of pinks, but also some berry and neutral colors. And this formula in the middle really surprised me. It's very wet. And I know this palette is not very recent, but I think in the near future I'm going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette using this one. I have actually done in the end of the year a video like that for the Nikkie palette. I will leave it up on the cards. But yeah, I definitely want to do one of those videos with this one. So expect to see that soon, or soon-ish. And these palettes have actually been a part of the background because, especially for the Morphe palettes, they are a little bit too big to have in my makeup drawers. In terms of eye makeup, I have 2 mascaras that I really wanted to mention. The first one I haven't been really using very recently, but I would say it is a favorite of 2020 because I probably couldn't stop using it for the first half of the year. And that was the OM Lashes High Definition Mascara from Primark. And this one has a plastic wand, just how I like it, with very short bristles, and it is really nice to separate the lashes, and it gives them a very wispy effect. So I really liked this one. It's not the most volumizing mascara, but it does give them a little bit of volume, but especially that very separated lash effect. I really love it. But I actually have been loving two different mascaras lately. I did have to rule one of them out, but the other one is the mascara that I'm wearing today. And that is the NYX Under Eyes Volume Lift Mascara. And I would say this one does a little bit of the same thing than the mascara from Primark, but it does that better. It's volumizing and it does give them some lift. It also gives them definition. It also has a plastic wand. So I really been loving this one. And I would say it's overall the favorite mascara of 2020. And then finally, I have 4 different lip products that I really loved. And I have 2 glosses. So when I bought the palette and the highlighter from Beauty Bay, I also bought one of their lip glosses, and this one is in the shade Slippers. If you don't like scented products, this does have kind of a sweet smell. I like it, but I know some people don't, and I think this shade is a really beautiful nude color, and it does have quite a nice pigmentation for a lip gloss. So I really liked this one, and I also really liked the Revolution Pout Bomb lip gloss. So this one is a plumping lip gloss with vitamin E, and I bought it in the shade Sauce. That is this kind of, I would say it's kind of a berry color or a slightly dark pink. But this one, again, has a strong smell, but is not sweet like the other one. This one is very minty, and this one has even a better pigmentation for a gloss than that one. I would say I didn't feel very much plumping, but you can definitely notice that minty feeling on the lips. I would say it is pretty comfortable for the summer because it's very refreshing, and I really loved it. I think it was a very different product for me, and I also really like the packaging. Then from that Marvel collaboration with Maybelline, I also really loved the Superstay Matte ink, and I bought it in the shade Pioneer. That is the one for Spider-Man. And I was already a fan of the Superstay Matte ink lipstick, but I really loved this color. So it's a beautiful red and very long wearing. I think it's definitely very Spider-Man red. And for the final product, I have the lipstick that I'm wearing today. That is the Kiko Powder Power lipstick. So I really like Kiko lip products, and this one was new this year and I really liked it. It is kind of a very different lipstick texture, and right now I would say is not the best one for me because my lips are currently very dry, but this feels super soft and it is matte without being drying, so it's a very comfortable feeling on the lips. And also I would say it's very natural. It wears off because it's not a transfer proof lipstick, but it wears off very naturally. So yeah, I definitely loved this one as kind of a more everyday lipstick for this year. And that was all of the 20 favorite makeup products. I am very curious to see what makeup comes out this year, and let me know in the comments down below what were your favorite makeup products of 2020. Maybe you'll have some recommendations for me to try. And also don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, it helps me a lot. And this was actually the first video of 2020. the first video of my new schedule. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I have done a video with the changes I am making, so I'll leave that one on the side, and it would also help me a lot if you would subscribe to my channel for new videos every week. And that is everything for this one. Thank you so much for watching.